Hello,
And
everybody. It is that time again. We are back with another episode of the Dragon's Den with your illustrious hosts, Dragon's Fury and Infernal Drake.
how y'all doing? Hope y'all having a wonderful holiday season.
Yes, for those who celebrate the various holidays over here in the States with us, and for those who do not, in all of the other regions that support us, we hope that you are just not dying and or having a bad time.
Yeah. But if you have something to celebrate during this time, I hope it's going well.
And yeah, so this one is kind of it's kind of a different episode, and it's going to be like all of the other things that are going on in your various lives right about now. Is all of the recaps, and we're gonna hang out and recap. So if you are someone who's been with us since the beginning, all those few months, no, not a few months ago, we're coming
Few
up on a
months,
year
like
soon.
yeah, like didn't we start like back in January?
Yeah, we're coming up on a year soon.
It's honestly hard to believe that it's like we started back in January. It's already December. Where the heck did this year go?
I I couldn't tell you. So for those who've been here since the beginning, you definitely have seen the evolution of the show.
I
And
talk more.
you're a trooper. Yeah, he does talk more. But you guys are troopers because I I was listening to some old episodes because when I like tell people about the show and like whatnot, and mainly is when I'm having conversations with like my coworkers that they're like, "Man, you like you're on to something. You should do a bad guys." I was like, "I
About that.
do." It's like I do. I
It's
this is
like
why
I
we're
do.
having
Where
this conversation
it's
is
like where have
because
you been?
this is going to be on the episode. So shout out to all of those individuals that have helped me write the quote unquote script for the episode. So Apollo, my brothers, others that don't have code names.
Thing one
And
and thing two.
yeah, I think one's things too, all of those in between. If you're this is your first episode, it'll make sense once you go listen to some of the other stuff. We
And
have
if this is your first episode, welcome.
yeah, and so we've had a lot of interesting
Sorry,
pathways, if you will.
swallowed a tea leaf.
Oh Jesus. And it's been fun. It still is fun. It's not something that is like this is not going to be like, oh well, this is the end for us. Now it's just
I
a
don't know.
a time to slow down for a little bit and really kind of like just look over what's happened up to this point. Especially with season 2 being the villain era. That was a fun season. It's
Yeah,
very
like literally,
interesting.
yeah, because you were able to like fully come out, show thyself as the villain you are.
It's like the full villain, and it really gave an interesting insight of what people are interested in. Because ironically enough, the plot armor episode is the most listened to episode that we have. Followed
Really?
behind is the conspiracy
Oh Jesus!
episode.
Yeah, that one makes sense. Uh, but really, Plot Armor is the most listened to. That's
Yeah,
I think.
plot armor. What is the most listened for a while? It was obviously it made sense to me. Was the intro episode, which was obviously the very first episode that we did, which was story time, etc. Of like what I had imagined the show would be at the time, and then
Not anymore.
plot armor was I think what in the season 1, and
Uh, yeah, Plot Armor was like it was sometime before the villain era started. Like maybe
and
like an episode or two before.
right. So it's very interesting to see what took hold over what didn't, and not to say that there's no interest in the other episodes. I'm just thinking that the plot armor episode kind of came out at like a peak time for people just in general, because I think at that point we had gotten to be top search at that point. So if you were to search the
People like
show
them
just by
dragons.
dragon alone, we would be the first hit. So I think, yeah,
That's
and like you
that's
said,
that's
people like the
impressive.
dragons.
But yeah, like being like the top search and just for the dragon category, that's pretty impressive.
So when I feel like when that happened is when we kind of like got a little bit of a foothold in more of like a real good hold. Now, I only have the analytics through Spotify, since that is our main home, but it is available through Apple and Google podcasts, and so I don't think all of the analytics is actually correct fully. It says it's across all of the platforms, but at the same time, I don't believe it, because when I jump over to the other platforms, the numbers don't add up. And so it honestly might be a lot more going on the background, and numbers and is very skewed depending on how you look at it. But it's still just like it's just a great thing and whatnot. Also, when we made the Patreon and started loading that up, that one obviously hasn't popped off as much because I still think we're in that weird time frame of like no one can afford anything.
And that's perfectly fine right now because like God, especially like pretty much everywhere, just economy sucks.
Yeah, no, it really does. And so if and when any and all individuals would like to join the subscriber part of the show, then you have
There will
so
be stuff
much
there for
more.
you.
You have so much more to be a part of. Than like,
Get to see how bad we are at games.
yep, you get to see how bad we are at games. They're more. I would like to say those episodes are a little bit more unhinged, in a fun
Hello.
way.
Yeah,
Um,
in a way, yeah.
we have the episode when you were mad at me because I pulled someone I didn't want. I understand why you were
Yeah.
mad at me. So that one,
Like, what the
we
fuck?
have the Halloween episode we did was fun. Um, what was it? Be kind when you grind. I don't even remember what that episode was.
Be kind when you crying. Oh God. I would need to see that one.
I couldn't tell you. We got the highlight reel of various things. I got an old sniper video. Oh, us doing Fall Guys. That was dank.
We gotta get back. We gotta do some more Fall Guys.
Oh, when we played the Mind, that was
Oh
great.
God, that was something.
Um,
But, we should do more Fall Guys soon. That's a fun game.
yeah, it's up to a point. And then like our
Oh
various
yeah,
stories that we did. Oh yeah, and then the various stories, which for those who enjoyed story time, because I do know there's people out there that do. Story time will come back. I know I said that before, but I've actually been like working on stories. So just to give you a little hint or whatever, I am working on a story about two immortals who basically are raising elves, and just the chaos that kind of like ensues. And I was thinking of like having something to do with like other the other long living races of the world changing. Obviously it would be a fantastical world, but like
throw
imagine
throw in some mind flayers.
please no. um
Here's a
but
sample
like
for you.
we don't always and it's inspired off of the anime in the Land of Leondel, which is I wouldn't say campy, but it's more of like a lighthearted anime of a it's technically an isekai, technically,
Which
and
one?
in the Land of Leondel. So it's
Oh, that
technically
one.
it's technically an isekai because the main character did die. So
Yeah,
um
that is an isekai.
And but like it gave it gave into the idea of what happens when like if you leave a world for a time being, what happens when that world like continues. And so I have so the story that I'm making is along those lines of, because obviously being short lived along, you don't really have a full concept of like a long life, like comparative to the other various races that have been created. Humans lifespan is like minuscule. So
Oh yeah.
to have it through like the eyes of immortals taking care of other long life beings and trying to help them adjust to a world that basically, for all intents and purposes, they will outlive. Um, what
Yeah,
I have, I like, but it's not coherent, so I'm still working on
yeah.
that.
It's kind of similar to anime I just started. It's God, I forget how many episodes have been out right now. Let me actually double check. 15 episodes. It's Frieren Beyond Journey's End. I don't know if you've checked that one out yet,
I
but
I don't think I've. I know I didn't watch it, but I have a vague idea of what that one is because that sounds very, 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 very
yeah, like
familiar.
oh yeah, no, like this anime is like pretty much been talked about a lot these past couple months. I'm finally starting it because it's just like, hey, I've been putting so many anime on a back burner. It's like, all right, let's start with this one. But yeah, just to give a little synopsis, the main character, Frieren, she's an elf, and to her, the concept of time, English, um, kind of like eludes her at times, and she basically is obviously outliving her entire party, like the episode I just got to. Um, one of them has passed, and she's basically just trying to do her journey, and basically it's just going through her story after they beat the Demon King and all this stuff. It's really good, and the art style is really good for it as well. I can tell more once I get more into the episodes. I am only on episode 3 currently. Also,
So
she is
correction, no
bad.
idea what you're talking about.
Okay, let me. I'll send you a picture just so you have an idea of what they look like.
Yeah, I thought it was something else. But as soon as you started talking, I was like, nope, no idea. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
never mind. I lied again. Yes, I know which one this is. Just doubling down on the lies today.
Yeah, yes, you are. Yeah, because I'm assuming the stuff you've seen or heard is probably from the later episodes.
Most
Uh,
likely because it's all on TikTok.
oh, okay, yeah, then I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. Then yes, those are definitely later episodes.
Um,
Um, but yeah, no, like I really do like this. Also, it's hilarious because she is terrible when it comes to mimics.
yeah, it is. It
No one likes
looks
that mimic.
interesting, but I don't think I would actually watch it.
Yeah,
It never held me long enough when I saw it on like TikTok. Like I never actually got through all of the videos, so I don't think it's per se for me. But yes, I do know stuff that you're talking about on that
like
front.
it is kind of more of a chill anime, at least with the first couple episodes. It's nothing like too crazy. Obviously, the stuff that's been on TikTok, like yeah, no, I know it gets crazy as hell. Um, but it looks like, at least from what I've seen, like it looks like it'll be a chill anime to watch, and I don't mind the chill ones. Uh,
Chill. I don't know what your definition of chill is, but I definitely saw something that was not chill.
well, I haven't seen. I've only seen a couple things from Fearin, so I am worried now.
You
Um,
should be like.
oh
I was like,
yeah.
yo!
Oh dear. Yeah, well, because like me, it's like I love all types of anime, art, words, style, story types. I like them all, and I'm willing to give them tries. One that I also need to get back to is, well, at least get started on because I've seen it on TikTok. Is Ragna Crimson. I will send you an image in case you. you've seen anything on TikTok with these guys.
I'm gonna go with no,
Okay.
but there's a possibility I have like I. So, all right. To the various machine gods of the algorithm of TikTok, can you guys knock it off? My For You page is so overtly all over the place. I
Oh, it's been
can't
bad.
make heads or tails of it. Like, I got what was it? I was telling my coworker this when I was like going through videos. I got like 7 different videos on trigger warning. Videos being women ain't shit. And I'm just like, why am I getting so many videos of this? Like, I understand I am someone who is more in like the social sphere of like, okay, what's happening in the social sphere? Like how are we interacting with each other as people? And the answer is awful. We're doing a shit job.
Sounds
Um
like it.
but like the fact that I got so many of them, and it's like videos of like podcasts of these younger women just talking out of pocket and
Oh,
getting
jeez.
just like completely wrecked by their own logic and of like what their standards are with dating and all of this stuff, and or like the videos of like the random like street interviews, and these people are just saying just outrageous things and with their whole chest, and I'm just like, what are you trying to tell me? I'm like,
Oh, it makes
I
you think of that one person that was trying to like go at GTA. It's like kids should not be playing this. Like, yeah, no shit. The game's rated M for a reason.
right, and it's like, okay, you're not
Like,
really
there's
taking.
age ratings, people.
And I'm like, me and Mermaid have been married for 3 years and a couple months, and I'm just like, I am glad that I'm not dealing with this shit. Making friends is hard enough, especially when you don't like people for good fucking reason. Um, but like, I couldn't imagine trying to build a, romantic
Relationship.
relationship at this time. Being at my age alone,
Getting
like, I
old.
don't envy my brother. Like, he's doing fine, but I don't envy my brother. Um and that's without the added bonus of having kids. Like,
Oh, right.
so like and like both of my brothers. So I'm just like, shout out to them. Love you guys. I know one listens and I think the other one kind of does. I'm coming for you specifically.
Oh, Jesus.
uh,
Run!
nah, it's all good. I just, unfortunately, I don't get to see him as much as I want to. Um, and so it's like, okay, cool. And then I will get just straight hornball of like life sentences in horny jail kind of content. Like, it's not even like, oh, thirst traps or whatever. It's just straight up hub content. And I'm like, how did this even get this far?
Dear God.
And it's not like me, like, I open the app and like, boom,
Get the horny bat.
there it is. No, don't get the horny bat. That makes him more horny. Like, what?
Anti-horny bat. There you go.
There you go. That's what you need. And so I was
Yep,
just like,
nope.
it's so weird. And then like just to see where it comes and like, doing like a recap kind of thing. My For You page used to be like heavy games and dog videos.
Oh, yeah. I've been
And it's
seeing a
like,
lot
I
of dog
still
ones.
get that stuff, and so it's like, and that's the same stuff that I'm saving. That's the stuff I'm liking. That's the stuff that I'm interacting with still, because like I'll like show mermaid stuff, and I'm like, so where's all this other stuff coming? Is like for the For You page, and then God forbid I actually see content from the people that I follow on a regular. Like, obviously I can go to the following tab, right? But to not have any of them ever show up on my For You page, it's kind of wild, especially for like shows that have like their their series that they've created, and I'm like watching every episode like on drop day. I don't know this, but I am. And I'm like, oh snap, this literally was posted 22 freaking minutes ago. Like, why is that not the constant thing? So it's very interesting to see the evolution of things, good and bad, and especially like now. And of course, Nightwolf had to do me dirty, where he's asking me at work, is like, so like what's your plan? Like, what's your 5-year plan? You know, dad stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, because like unless the show like really pops off, there's nothing else. Like everything's in shambles right now. Like you can't, like, especially for my field of what I intended to go into, you can't say anything without someone trying to cancel you. You can't say anything that's mildly dissenting of the general opinion, be it right or wrong, without someone trying to like ruin your life. You can't, be a part of media without like literally having to look over your shoulder like you're in witness protection program.
Yeah, like you always have to be on the ball, like be aware of everything that's happening in your comments and your platforms, because people are, God, they're mean.
They're dicks, and it's like there's a level of, hey, you need to be mindful of like what you're posting. Like, don't post your location when you're there. Yeah, no. Like, post it after you've come back.
And also, don't post stupid things.
Like, don't post your itinerary, stuff like that. But like this is watching your back, like, to a level of like malice. Like, people are like out to get you. You'll say something mildly controversial in like the most stretched sense of the word, and someone will be digging into your past from like when you were like a toddler and crapped your pants, and they're like, oh, this makes you this kind of thing, and you're like, right. I was 4 like with diarrhea. Right. Like, why are you making this like sick? Like, I was sick. I was hurting, like I was praying for my life, like, and you're using this as ammunition to try to like ruin whatever image may be saying. And I was like, that's no place to try to like build a career. And so it's like, this is pretty much all that, to the sense of trying to use my degree, this is the best chance I have. And outside of that, that's that. But like, I work for the government right now. It's not like the greatest job or whatever, but like,
hey, it's something.
Like I'm getting by. Like, I'm trying to get to a position where I take a giant jump and I kind of like can be a little bit more comfortable, and then put more money into the show and having like, more trips and stuff, like go to different cons, do episodes at cons, do like these appearances and stuff for like our local, because I can't be the only one that's like based on our side of the country. So it's more of kind of like just finding things to like connect with people and whatever. And then of course the stuff that I'm building with Apollo, shout out to him too. Again, for those who've been here since the beginning, Apollo's the reason why this show started. If you ask him, he won't take the full credit like he should, but that's because he's not an asshole of a friend. But
Apollo,
it really
take
is.
The credit.
It really is. Like, I told him on an episode that we did that like the reason why I like finally pulled the trigger, and Zuko is apparently yelling at the door, with the show was because I was doing stuff with him and we were building his channel. And so now like he's streaming live like today of at least of the recording, and probably when this goes live, he would have been live for like a couple hours at a time, just being dog shit at Fortnite. But like he's committed to it, so he's building, it's going great. And so like me modding over there, we writing up the scripts, we're doing episode ideas. We're doing like side stuff for content or whatever. It's going well. And then so I was like, well, in the meantime of the stuff that we can't do on your channel, let's still get it out there. So we do it on mine. And here we are. So yeah, a lot has happened over our journey, and a lot more is going to happen. So we hope you're here for all of that and see where we end up. But as we do in great fashion, we will always end all of the episodes with our coveted "Would You Rather." So let's see what
what kind of train wrecks will there be today?
Yeah, let's see what we got in this go round. Sidebar. So I am going to reopen the streams mainly because I'm bored. So look out for like those videos on our YouTube channel. The thing is that League right now is being a dick, and I don't know why. So I have no client sound.
Oh, that's not good.
No, and so I put a ticket in to ask them about it because I can't figure it out. My computer doesn't recognize League open when it's like, obviously when we're in in the first screen and doing all like and queuing up, sound perfectly fine, shows up, recognizes. But as soon as the actual client goes live, there is nothing. My computer doesn't think, at least for sound purposes, doesn't think it exists. And so I was just like, okay, this is weird. Because that's what I was going to stream. Because I was been like, all right, I'm always on League at least for like an hour or so. Mainly because Quick Play is exhaustingly long. How is Quick Play longer than Blind is beyond me.
Because
it's
anything goes in Quick. Well, anything goes in Quick Play.
But yeah, but that was Blind. Anything goes. But somehow it's longer. But yeah, so there will be more stuff. The other games that I play are not really, at least in my opinion, are not really like stream worthy because it's like ESO is stream worthy only if I start the quest line. Because then you can go from the beginning. But like I'm in the middle of a bunch of quest lines, so I won't start a new one for some time. So you can't do that. I don't have anything for was it for Honkai, because let's be real, it takes me forever to get through missions. Not because I don't play, which is mainly part of the reason, but also it's so fucking hard. I did, what was it? I did the Equilibrium, I think 5. And it took me like almost 30 minutes.
Ooh.
Thank God I had Fu, because the amount of, map flips she did was wild.
Flip the table.
It's just, oh my goodness. Yeah, it took me so long. So it's like, that's also why I don't play a lot, because I was like, I don't have the amount of time to commit to this. So it's like, oh geez. Let's see.
Yeah, the current event that's going in Star, which is the fighting one. Yeah, that one's a bit annoying. Because like if you don't have the right people, like you ain't getting all those jade.
So we'll have so this is a perfect would you rather that fits exactly into today's episode of theme of, okay, because my dyslexia just kicked in. Sorry. Jesus Christ, that one was rough. Oh damn. Anyways, put that in the right order. What kind of immortality would you rather be cursed with? Let's see. Immortality where you can never die. You have eternal youth with perfect physical health and regeneration. But, you still feel pain. You still have all of the ailments that may happen. They're not going to kill you. Infinite reincarnation. And you keep your memories and you get to choose where you respawn on each reincarnation. So you live a life, you die, you get to pick where you want to pop up again, and you also have the memories of your previous lives, which in and of itself problematic. Temporal revival. Every time you die, time is rolled back to your 7th birthday. So,
jeez.
Do you want to be perpetually 7?
Right.
Time loop. You repeat a month of your choice forever. So, hope you had a really good month.
Right. It's like, do you get to choose the month or?
Yeah, you get to choose the month, but like that, once you choose, the way it's written, once you choose that month, that's it. It's
That's
just
the only
that
month.
month. That is the month. You're stuck in a time loop of reliving that month over and over. Digital. Your mind is uploaded into the metaverse. You have access to the internet. You can customize your avatar. You can play VR games. Log off anytime. But you will be in the void when you log off.
So in other words, don't log off.
Well, it's just like I guess you would equate it to like sleeping. So like if you log off, you're in a sleep state because you don't have a body because you've been uploaded to the metaverse.
Yeah. You just went with the void. Hey, maybe we'll find your darts.
And divine. You alternate between hell and heaven. For
Lovely.
example, if on Monday you're in hell, the rest of the week you're in heaven, and vice versa. So
So one hot day and 6 normal days.
maybe depending on your version of heaven and hell. Both. So which do you pick?
Out of all the video, like the upload to the internet sounds interesting, but I think I would go with the reincarnate with memories.
Same. Because I feel like that already happens to me now.
Just with more memories.
More memories. Well, more memories that stay. Because I have memories of the other versions. It's just they don't stay for, my sanity's sake or what sanity I do have.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you burn your brain out.
I don't know. I just feel like all the rest of them would just be absolutely atrocious.
Yeah. The only other one that I feel like would be semi-okay would be the upload.
Nah, because how I imagine like being uploaded to the metaverse is essentially like just being uploaded to the internet. There's already another consciousness in there. I don't care if you believe me or not. There is. I do not
Hi, Skynet.
want to deal with the consciousness of the internet. No, I don't want to be a part of it.
It's just
I don't
Skynet.
want. No, Skynet is on a good day. That's just an AI saying that humans ain't shit. No, the consciousness of the internet is far more chaotic and full of malice on just because it is the essence of humans and we are terrible creatures. So I want no part of that. I don't want to be, because my luck of being like eternally youthful, which hilarious joke incoming. I imagine you just being a black person because black don't crack.
Oh Jesus.
If you had the horrible luck of getting a crippling disease, like perfect physical health, and regeneration, but like you could still get it though. Like that's not saying you're immune to it. It just means you're fine. Like I don't want to be walking patient everything. I don't want to be walking patient affinity because being around that long, you're going to have everything by the end of it.
Oh yeah, you'll have every disease, but you also have every potential cure.
Yeah, and I don't need people hunting me for that. I'm not trying to get kicked back to 7. I can't remember what it was like when I was 7. But I can't have that be my here's where you pick up date of like being. And also, what if your life is shit and it just went all to hell after 7? So now you got from 7 to however long you live, you die and you're back to 7.
Hey, good luck.
And
Redo.
yeah, maybe that's saying that the gods of fate aren't trying to murderify you for doing what's happening. But yeah, I feel like the only reasonable one is the infinite reincarnations.
The gods of fate, whenever you get reset to 7, the gods of fate roll a d20, and depending on where it rolls is depending on how good the new life is.
Yeah, nothing like having your life determined by a wild magic chart.
Yeah.
Well, I would rather take my chances of being on the receiving end of the Wabbajack.
You get turned into a chicken.
I'd rather get turned into a chicken. Hell, I would take being a roll of cheese.
Oh, okay. I was about to say that, but I'm just like, I should at least say something that he can at least move around.
Because the worst version is being turned into a Dremora, because then you go out on a killing spree and then you come back to normal, but everyone knows what you did.
Yeah. Is that what I do?
Yeah, I was like, that wasn't me. It fucking sure sounded like you.
I'm not that ugly.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not that ugly, but you're so ugly. So yeah, so we will. I think obviously because it's the holidays, we will technically be under hiatus a little bit, but not like crazy. There still will be something that will come out. It most likely will be a stream video or me just goofing off, what have you. There will be content. Don't worry, we won't leave you in the dust. Inferno will be making his way to his place. Yes, making his way to his place of dwelling. Yep. Original, the birth spawn, the spawn point, the monster spawner, the birthplace, the primordial ooze, what have you. He's going home.
I understand it's odd, but goddamn. But yeah, doing traveling for the holidays, and if anyone else is traveling for the holidays this year, do be safe and mind the weather, because the weather is crazy everywhere, it seems.
Yep. And we will see you guys on the next episode.
Yep, see you all next time.